Balwinder Marwaha here to talk about overcoming feeling overwhelmed. Many times in our life we get overwhelmed or we feel overwhelmed with our day-to-day tasks, or there's too much on our plate, or we're doing too much and we can't handle it. We feel overwhelmed or stressed. So I want to talk to you about how you can overcome feeling overwhelmed. So there's 5 basic things that you can do, and the first one is really assessing your current situation. Stop, pause, and really think about the current situation. And I find if you ask yourself this one question, is how important is this going to be to me in a week from now, or a month from now, or even in a year from now? And put it in relative to your entire life. How important is this feeling of overwhelm, or whatever is causing you to feel overwhelmed, and how important is that going to be? In what time frame? Slow down your mind, slow down your body a little bit, and give yourself a break. We go, and so sometimes you need to just slow down your mind, slow down your body, give yourself that break so that way your body can reset. The next thing is you want to stop judging the situation. A lot of times we get overwhelmed because we start judging ourselves, or we judge the situation we're in. If you just keep a neutral thought, a neutral mind, and not judge the situation, you'll be able to plan accordingly. And that's what you want to do next, is really plan. Is you want to determine, hey, what can I do right now? After I've assessed the situation, I've determined how important it is. What can I do right now? What's in my control? And determine what's in your control, and then make a plan. And plan out how you can address this feeling of overwhelm. The next thing you want to do is really value your time. And this is something that even I'm guilty of, but we often do not value our time. Our time is precious, and it is not infinite. We have a certain number of time for a day in this world, and so you need to really value that. And when you value your time, what I mean by that is, don't bite too much. Don't chew off so much that you can't handle it. The other thing is, you really need to be clear on your time. How much time can you give yourself, your family, your work, your hobbies, or social media even? How much time do you really want to give? And be clear on those guidelines. You need to set boundaries, because it's so easy to go over those boundaries. It's so easy to say, hey, I'm going to check my phone quickly and go to Facebook or Instagram. And then 20 minutes later, you're still there scrolling and you don't even realize it. So set that boundary. Make sure you have a good balance on your time. The next thing is really focus. And when I say focus, is that when you're working on a task and you're balancing your time and you're planning, focus to do just one thing at a time. Don't try to have 2 or 3 things going at the same time, because again, that's going to make you feel overwhelmed. And if you're not focused, you're going to be overloaded, and overloaded leads to overwhelm. The next thing you want to do is really learn to say no. And I know that might not sound nice, but pleasing others it's our natural instinct. We want to help others or please others. And we'll often, people will ask us to do something, or maybe at work, someone will say, hey, can you do this for me? And your natural instinct is to say yes. But we really need to learn to say no. And not in a bad way, but no in a way that you can understand and determine that, hey, this is the most I can take on. Or if I take on any more than this and I don't say no, I'm just going to do myself harm. So be comfortable with saying no. Stop saying yes. Give yourself the time to even try. A lot of times we're so comfortable with saying yes, we don't even pause to say no. We just say yes right away. So give yourself that few seconds. When someone asks you something, take a few seconds to think about it if you need. Or even if you ask yourself something, take those few seconds to think about it, and then determine whether you're going to say yes or no. Don't just go to that automatic yes. The fourth thing is clear your brain. We tend to use our brain as storage units, and our storage unit, that's not what it's designed for. It's not this, SD card or a hard drive that we can just keep cramming things into. Our brain is amazing. It can calculate so many small things and do so much. And what it's good at is making those calculations and those decisions, not storing stuff. When you need to store stuff, you need to write it down. You need to take a break. Don't just keep adding things. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, and I need to do that. Oh, I need to remember to do this, because you won't remember. That's not what our brain is designed for. Our brain is designed for making decisions, making choices, not to remember things. So take notes in a safe place. And when I say safe place, don't have a note here, don't have a note there, because again, your brain's going to get fogged up. You're going to feel like you've got too much going on. Keep everything in one spot, whether that's a notepad, whether that's a place in your phone. But when you note things down, they're there for you. They're in your safe place. You'll remember to do them, and it's not your brain that has to remember to do them. And you're going to feel like, oh, wow, this is all I had to do. I felt like I had like so many things to do, but now it's really, maybe you had 7 or 8 things to do, but it felt like 1,000. So take that time and do what we call a brain dump. Just dump that list of things that needs to be done, put it onto a paper, and then go back and assess it. Like I talked about earlier, is figure out what needs to be done now. List it out, give it priorities. The last thing, and this is the most important, this is the one we very rarely do, and that's asking for help. Feeling overwhelmed, it's pretty common. It happens a lot of times. Sometimes it's a situation, sometimes it's things beyond your control. Ask for help. If you're not clear, ask for help. Don't pretend like you can conquer the world, because we can't. And as a professional myself, I ask for help. When I'm not sure on something, I'll go to someone else who's an expert, who's a professional, and say, hey, I need clarity on this, or I need your help with this because I don't understand this, or I need to figure this out. Let me tell you, anytime I help someone, I feel great. And it feels really good helping others. So maybe you're just going to give someone else the opportunity to feel good by helping you. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And just connect with people. Connect with people that you know will help you, or connect with people that you can help yourself. If you're not sure where to go for help, there's hundreds and thousands of places, but I'll tell you this, I'm always available. If you ever need help, or you don't know what to do, or you need somewhere to go, or you need guidance on, hey, where should I go with this problem? Please reach out to me. Send me a message. You can find me on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to connect. Thank you, and stay safe.